Dun-dun-dun, dun. All right, first off, let's get it right out the way. Miami Heat are in the finals. Florida Panthers are in the finals. I mean, realistically, I could care less about the Panthers, but it's exciting, South Florida. So if you're a Celtics fan, this show is probably not for you. If you're a Leafs fan, you're probably still crying. It's okay. Speaking of Leaf fans, let's bring them in. Rocksteady, what's going on?
It was so nice for 3 games there because you got awfully quiet when it was all tied up.
Yo, shut up, man. Shut up. There's a lot of chatter with that. You actually left me a comment saying Nuggets in 4. BC actually left a comment saying Nuggets are a powerhouse. So interesting to see what will happen. But last time I checked, your basketball teams aren't even in it. So
I don't even have a basketball team.
Exactly. And that's the point I'm trying to get at. Exactly. All right. But gentlemen, what's going on, man? Happy Tuesday night, or DC New Comic Book Day / New Comic Book Day Eve. It's a little weird. This week. Here's why. 1, Spider-Verse comes out. Transformers next week. Fast 10 or Fast X, whatever we were calling it last week, right? So a lot of good movies. I haven't seen Fast 10. I probably won't see Fast 10, but definitely going this weekend to see Spider-Verse. Definitely excited for the Transformer stuff. So a lot happening on the screens.
Yeah, man.
Not so much when it comes to New Comic Book Day. This week, little dry, little quiet. No, what would you guys say?
I think you left the Little Mermaid.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot about the Little Mermaid. Sorry. Actually, I was grocery shopping with my wife yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, we need to go to the toy section." And she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because I got to shoot videos, duh." So there was this whole section of it's my studio. But I literally there was this whole section of Little Mermaid merch and stuff like that. Like it was like 2 whole freaking rows or shelves, big ass shelves of all Little Mermaid stuff. So hopefully it's going pretty good for them. I haven't heard too much about it, but it's not one that I'm gonna go see. So I don't know. Are you guys checking it out?
I don't see any Disney movies.
I'm gonna be honest.
No kids.
Yeah, no, I go watch Disney movies, but honestly speaking, I'm hearing nothing but crappy things about it.
Oh, really?
Eh?
Yeah, whatever.
It is what it is. I mean, those live actions, they haven't done really well. Like, I don't think they've panned out as much as some people were hoping. Like, I heard Peter Pan, like, I haven't seen it, but Peter Pan was like the worst Rotten Tomatoes rating or something that Disney's ever had. Is that one. Beauty and the Beast, I think Beauty and the Beast is the only one that actually did pretty well, but
yeah,
Aladdin was pretty cool, but
Aladdin too, yeah.
Aladdin was cool, but my wife keeps like nudging about Little Mermaid, and I keep dodging the question. Like she wants to go watch it. I'm like, yeah. So look at this review; it's terrible.
Okay, so here's my question: would you go see it if she had a fish head and human bottoms?
Ooh, no.
Maybe in reverse.
Yeah.
Maybe in reverse.
What if she had like what if she could swim and she just looked like a human? What about that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if she was a fish, I don't think she could swim. We went snorkeling in Jamaica. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. And sorry, and I do have to remember. I missed the Little Mermaid, but Flash is also coming out.
Yep.
2 weeks from now. So yeah, we got a lot happening on the screens. Summer's coming, right? A little bit more delays, but we'll get into that.
Are you guys going to the premiere of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse?
Look, I'm 100% gonna try to go Thursday night. Actually, I was talking to a few people at work today, and they're like, "What do you mean you're going to the movie on Thursday? It comes out Friday." And I was like, "Oh, you peasant." Like in my head I'm like, you peasant. And I had to kind of give them the the 411, as they say on the cool streets, but I had to say, no, movies come out on Thursday. I always go on the Thursday. You are an idiot. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go Thursday after work, like late at night, probably the 10 o'clock show. But if I don't, you know what? I'm probably going to go Sunday at some point. A lot of stuff's already been kind of leaked. I mean, we keep hearing there's 280 characters and this and that. But I mean, like, it's 2023, baby. Spec is dead. No one's flipping books anymore, right?
Stop it.
It's pretty interesting because a lot of like the comic spec stuff is what leaked, but none of the actual storyline.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, other than Spot and stuff like that, but
wait, who?
But you can't not have that in the trailer, in my opinion.
Who? What? BC, what'd you say? Who?
I said other than Spot. I mean, that's
Spot. I thought you said Spock, and I was like,
no, not Spock. You have Spot, and
obviously like this isn't a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
We have Miguel, Spider-Man 2099. So
it's actually pronounced Miguel.
Okay.
Anyways,
so back to what I was saying. I actually got invited to go tomorrow. Can't go, but Thursday I got tickets. Saturday I'm going with my oldest, so twice in one weekend. I can't wait. Nice.
Thanks for the invite. Thanks for the invite. I'm gonna be in the area.
You're my kid. You're coming Saturday
because I'm in the area.
No, you're not.
I'm 8 hours away, so I'm kind of in the area.
Your diploma and behind you is a dead giveaway. You're not in my area.
Shut up. Well, let's get going, guys. I'm excited. Like I said, it's a slow week, new comic book day. But, if anyone's looking at FOC, if anyone's looking at books that are coming out, I mean, the next couple weeks, there's a little bit of heat. So, they all can't be winners every week, unfortunately. So, I mean, and not to say there's no winners in this one. I mean, tomorrow we could wake up and some idiot's pushing a book and then everybody goes crazy, right? So it is what it is. Or there's an application out there and it puts the wrong information and it says, hey, this is actually the first appearance of Wolverine. And then people go crazy, right? So never know. We got to wait till tomorrow. But let's get it kicking, man. Let's say hello to the chat and then let's get the show going.
Vamos.
Phil. Oh, my. I'm shocked I don't see Dan's name, but Phil taking home the gold.
The first gold for Phil?
I was just about to say, I think that's the first gold for Phil. But Phil, congratulations, man. Dan De La Torre's taking home the silver. How you doing, sir? Mr. TKO, all up in my ride. You got a lot of... Always say that with TKO's name. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with him. It's not his favorite song. I don't even know the song. It is what it is. But TKO's in the house with the bronze. Mr. Michael Baker's here as well. Bleeker St Comics, Niagara's own. We've got Uncanny Swag. How are you, sir? Mr. AOA. So weird that you like Florida teams. Listen, I've been hearing that my whole life, man.
It's the flip-flop love that he has going.
Florida Gators is my NCAA team for basketball and football too. Like it's weird, man. I don't know. It's just where my love is. Please, come on, TKO. Come on.
I was saying Denver in 5. I think it's gonna be 6.
I think it's Heat in 6. You heard it here first. So just saying. Mr. Pacino's in here. What's going on, sir? How you doing, man? Pacino, you forgot Flash. Yes, so that's the comment that I was reading about Flash. AOA, Mr. Blakk Crown Comics had a kick-ass debut show on his channel. That's right. If you don't know, now you know. So make sure to go sub in to him. He's pretty close, dude. You're pretty close to 100 already. So congrats, man. Rocksteady, you got some work cut out for yourself, sir.
You gotta do it. But I did watch the replay and realized that I sounded horrible without a mic. So here we go, guys. Reporting live.
Oh my god. See, I knew that French accent was fake, man. See, everybody heard that, right? Everybody heard that. Mr. Jess Cruz. Oof, Don. My brother, my friend, he's a Celtics fan. We were going back and forth probably for the last 2 weeks. Yesterday was pretty rough on him. It was so funny because on Saturday we were talking, we were going back and forth, and I had just told him, I was like, you know what? After the game, I was like, man, fuck this. I'm not watching the game on Monday, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. And then he messages me on Monday and he's like, dude, this game's crazy. And I was like, yeah, I know, I'm watching it. He's like, I'm not gonna watch it anymore. We were just going back and forth, dude. It was great. So it's always nicer when your friends are part of the thing, like with hockey, right? Like you guys had it. I mean, Edmonton and Leafs, like you guys, we were going back and forth and stuff like that. So it's always pretty interesting.
I didn't have it.
Yeah, well, I mean, BC, you have like 9 favorite teams, so it's hard to like. I think Vegas is your 9th.
LA Kings. Stop it. Got one out. Oh, it's funny because yes, Habs are my team out in the East. You got the Kings in the West, but did you see what I just shared?
Oh my god! And let me guess,
Mark-
St. Louis will be your team in the
No,
Midwest,
no.
and
The Montreal Canadiens have won the Western Division during COVID. The only team from the East to do that. So I won't tell you what I want to say, but
okay, sure, yeah. RP's in the house. What's going on, dude? How you doing, man? Mr. Swaggle. What's going on, dude? I love Wonder Man. Yes. So, guys, I don't know if I can share this. But just real quickly, hands up if you're going to Terrificon. Okay. All right. Well, somebody, I won't mention who, but somebody in this chat is apparently going to be dressed up as Wonder Man at Terrificon.
no,
I can't say who or what day, but somebody's going to be dressing up as Wonder Man. Don't know who.
he could totally pull it off. Totally.
You want to know something? If I would donate money to charity if he did dress up as Wonder Man.
Oh my god! Come on. What's basketball? Colossus. Come on, man. What's going on, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is good. Actually, I saw you at the Mississauga show, but there was a bunch of people, and I think I was making a deal, so I couldn't like formally introduce myself. But hope all is well on your end, sir. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get it going, man. Let's get it going. So, guys, show number 129. Here we go. Guys, I do want to ask you really quickly. I think I forget which one it is, but Dynamite pick of the week. Are we going cleavage or are we going not cleavage?
There's a lot of boobies this week, man.
Is there? Okay.
So
Well, I'm torn. There's a lot of boobies this week, but gargoyles is this week, and I know you have a thing for gargoyles, so I'm going to go with gargoyle boobies.
Gargoyle boobies. That's I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, I don't like my boobies rock hard. No. Okay. Well, I tried. Hey, listen, I got a joke for you guys before we start.
I had like 9 right there.
I'm like the master of like dad jokes. How do celebrities keep cool?
I don't know, newbie. How do celebrities keep cool?
Tell us.
They have fans.
Hey,
guys, it was a great show.
Yeah.
Hope to see you next week.
All right, let's get it going, guys. Show 129. My wife, I'll say these jokes to her, and she just rolls her eyes. She's like, "This is who I'm with," and I'm like, "You bet." So let's start off with Dynamite pick of the week, and my two colleagues are going with Gargoyle Boobies. Well, let's see, because I forget which book I actually did. Ooh, you guys are both wrong. We're going Darkwing Duck number 5. What? Cover P, the Virgin. Now hear me out.
There's a disappointment.
Throws tomato. Well, BC, I'm a feminist. I love women, okay? And I just wanted to show some love to something other than, females this month. But yeah, I'm going Darkwing Duck. Now, I wouldn't pay $50. There's a lot of what are you laughing?
It doesn't even make sense.
I just like the cover, man. That's all this Dynamite pick of the week stuff is to show love to Dynamite pick. I just like it. I don't know. Something about it. Again, I wouldn't pay $50 for it, but definitely a cover that really caught my eye.
Sure.
Rocksteady, what do you think?
I'm curious what the chat thinks. Like over under if 20 of these were ordered.
Ooh, under
20 total.
Yeah, which would make this on Pawn Stars season 125. So somebody will probably have one of these and probably get like $1,000 for it. So,
dude, but this is $50 US. Like,
yeah.
I don't imagine there's so many prints. You get a free trade dress though.
Yeah, so. yeah. It's interesting to see. But yeah, this one just that cover looks. That's it. We're just showing some love to Dynamite. And my colleagues here are sexist and always looking at cleavage. So I don't know.
I'm actually Barbarella. I'm looking at Barbarella. That was a winner.
All right, well, let's start the show for real. All right, guys, all the Spawn lovers, where are you? Because we got a Philadelphia. I feel like we haven't talked about Philadelphia in a very long time. I think like Andy Murray, tennis player, just in the wrong time, right? This came out the same time as Something's Killing the Children. What's the other one that came out? Something's Killing Children.
Grim.
No, I think Grim was a little bit
back
later.
then. Department of Truth.
Department of Truth, that's the one. Yeah. So I think this one just kind of like I know there's like a fan base for it, but just wrong timing, I think. But you know, it's a weird ass cover. Spawn makes a cameo and a cover appearance, obviously. But when I first saw this, I thought it was like kind of a Jay-Z Coolio getting attacked by Spawn vibe. I don't know. Not on this run. I have stopped for a very long time with Philadelphia, so I'm okay passing it. But definitely, you know, if you're a Spawn collector, if you're a Spawn lover, you're definitely going to be picking this one up. How about you guys? Do you pick it up?
No, like I actually grabbed the Spawn cover like 2 issues ago, I think it was, where they did Spawn on all the different covers. But if it's what you say is true and there's a Spawn cameo, Image is starting to build their universe bit by bit. Radiant Black, now Philadelphia, like they're spreading their wings a little bit. I think they're doing it right. This should be interesting.
Exactly, especially with Philadelphia. But what's neat is Spawn's been appearing on multiple covers, man, even Radiant Black. So you've seen him on many Image covers. Do I dig this one in particular? No, I'm going to be honest with you. But definitely if he's, you know, he's going to have his cameo within this issue, very fitting for the universe.
Why did the Scarecrow receive an award?
I saw this.
He was outstanding in his field. I'll show myself out. No, man, I love that stuff, man. I love those stupid jokes and all right, let's move on. BC, I know you're picking this up, but this is issue 2, correct?
You're talking for Edge of Spider-Verse. It's issue 2, yes.
Yeah, issue 2. So the next one, if you don't know, is going to be the big one. But in this one, we've got a new batch of Spider-Verse characters. There is a few. We get to see a little bit more of. I always butcher her name, Spintress, right?
Spinstress.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I think 2 out of 3 on the panel right now think that she's got a really good long-term, you know, life, right? We think that the character is going to be pretty big. I don't know Rocksteady's opinion on it, but I know BC, you're thinking that long term it's going to be a good character, right?
Potential wise, yes. I think there's tons of opportunity, but within this issue, we do see some new characters within this universe where Spinstress exists debut. One of them even being some kind of, well, Venom, I guess we could say. So yeah, man, that's pretty much why I'm picking this up. I think it's cool. It's going to be a story where we're going to see more backstory towards Spinstress and her universe. So is
it the character on the bottom there with the black? Is that the character, the new Venom?
I don't believe so.
Or is that the Dr. Octopus?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually have a stack of Spinstress. The B cover and like the 1 in 10s.
Yeah, I think we all did. I think we all went pretty deep in that run, and we all came to the conclusion that like that was the one character out of that story from last year that, you know, probably made more sense and a lot of sense. So
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and I think if you look at the cover, it has a very Disney princess vibe.
Yeah,
and that's what like I've kind of been going off of the whole time, is incorporating that when I don't know how they do it with like Disneyland or something like that when they come out with more Marvel stuff. I think Spinstress is going to be an even bigger deal.
Isn't it funny how, and I think we touched on this last week when we were talking about FOC order, I think is for next week as well. I could be wrong, but you know, with Kid Venom coming, and you know, just now we're all going crazy because of this one being like, oh, there's a Venom character. Like it seems like anytime there's a Spider character, the first villain that they kind of, not first villain, sorry, I take that back, but like one of the popular things they do with all of them is they give them like a Venom or a symbiote like anti-hero or a villain to go with, right? So
yeah,
interesting to see where they go with this. I have 1 copy, so I'm on the books for that. So who knows? Hopefully it's a 9.8 candidate. I wouldn't mind getting these graded, but you never know. This is definitely a long-term hold. Mr. Comic Forge is in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing, brother?
Guy.
All right. I know Rocksteady loves to talk about Star Wars, and we actually haven't talked about Star Wars in a few weeks, probably 2 weeks, but we got First Full Fel Staros. I have not been on this run, even though I've said, hey, Sana Staros is my favorite Star Wars character, which she's probably not. But there's been a lot of first appearances in this run, mostly her family members and stuff like that. I'm passing on this. It's a crapshoot when it comes to Star Wars. There's first appearance or a cameo or a first full or a second full, whatever, in pretty much every book. So for me, I'm passing. But guys, what do you guys think about the first appearance in this?
I'm not big on Sana Staros. Like, I shouldn't say I'm not big. I do think she has a future. I think it's a little bit ways away. Like, we don't even have Afra yet and stuff like that. But why would you get this to read the story? But to get a book to invest for almost cover price, you can get her first appearance, right? So if you're going to invest, go that way. But yeah, if you're into the run, I don't think anybody's going to grab 2 or 3 of these. You know
what's a very undervalued book is her first appearance, but the 1 in 25. I found 2 of them in dollar bins. And I know, big shout outs to Mr. Justin, one half of the Comic-Con podcast, but like he was the one that kind of showed me and, taught me the ways. And like even the 1 in 25, you can find it in. I think I have like 3 or 4 copies now. So it's pretty good. BC, where do you stand on Sana Staros?
I agree with Rocksteady with what he was saying when it comes to speculation, but when it, you're getting her twin brother within this. I don't expect much. Sana Staros, you can pretty much get, like Rocksteady said, first appearance for relatively cheap. So definitely I would put more focus on that book than this one. But for the sake of read, yeah, why not?
Okay. All right. We've done it again. Okay. I don't think it's going to be like Spider-Boy. I've been hearing a few people, more the younger people, talk about like, hey, get every spoiler because it all seems to be money. Wrong. There's a lot of books that have like a spoiler cover and they don't do shit. There's been a lot with Ninja Turtles. There's been a few with Iron Man. I know the one Black History Month with Riri Williams. That one kind of got hot for the week, but it didn't really sustain the numbers that say Spider-Boy. So Spider-Boy is like one of the exclusions, I guess you could say. But this one, what are your thoughts, BC? I think you've seen the cover. I think you know the story. So why don't you lead us off with this one?
Yeah.
So we're talking ASM 26. I think this was a hot topic for quite a few weeks. Not going to point any fingers as to where the news broke, but I mean, we all know, right? I think we can spoil it at this point. Marvel's come out and
hold on a second. I'm going to quote my that dude with the glasses and the stupid hats and all that. I've got too much respect for the artists and writers to have something spoiled weeks before, right?
Stuff.
Okay.
But if you guys saw this, now you have the black spoiler cover on this one, and then when you open it, you see the actual cover. Gary Frank did a phenomenal cover, in my opinion. But when it comes to the actual story, I was actually just going back and forth with 22 Comics, and it was on Empire's Post with the fact that Kamala has died before. It's not the first time. Although she was resurrected within the same issue, which was Champions Volume 3, Issue 2. So if you guys want, go back to read that. It's a pretty good issue, but or
you know what you could do too is you could go and watch the Comic-Con podcast, the episode that you just did. I think it was 2 weeks ago or last week, and you guys actually talked it. I actually digged the points that you guys made. I know Zach was very ruthless, in a good way, but it was just good talking points, and you guys really explained it pretty well. And just the backlash that it's getting, people are saying, oh, it's racist because it's like, what? Shut up.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's always going to be people upset and saying, now you're attacking a minority, a young girl, and so forth. But I mean, it's happened before, and people die in comics, no matter what race, no matter what, anything. That's comics. And they do come back, guys. They do come back, unless you're Uncle Ben. Keep him dead forever, please. Thank you. But
Okay.
now,
Spider Boy is Uncle Ben.
yeah, stop. But Empire, Romita Jr.'s art is absolutely horrific. If you guys saw the art within this issue, especially when he's holding Kamala as, she's dying, she's dead. Horrific. I no disrespect, but it's
No, he's
unacceptable.
lost
But anyways, so back to the actual death. I do think there's a reason why they're doing this. Clearly, they're gonna line it up with what's happening in the MCU. I do see her coming back. Now we know that there's the I forget what the issue is, Fallen Friend or whatever. For Kamala, it's gonna be coming out. So in theory, I think it'll be a short-term thing, and then they'll resurrect her probably as a mutant and so forth. So it lines up with what's happening in the MCU. But as for this book, spec-wise, I know a lot of people went pretty hard on this one. I'm not gonna lie, I ordered a few copies, and when I found out the news, I was kind of disappointed. I thought it was gonna be something a little bigger than that. We said earlier, way before anybody knew who was gonna pass away within this issue, let's look back at previous deaths within comics. We were looking, example, ASM 400 with Aunt May.
Yep.
How did those all hold, right? Like, not many deaths hold, and clearly I don't think this is gonna hold. It's probably over ordered, and once Marvel was obviously coming out to announce the news due to leaks, I think it fell flat, man. And had that not happened, maybe people would have been a little more shocked tomorrow, but I still don't think it would have gotten that big of a buzz. It's Kamala. Realistically, who cares?
Yeah, but you know what? I think, and as much as, like, I'm not going to get into like who leaked it, whatever, yada yada yada. Like, I could care less about all that stuff. But like, has the question been turned to, hey, what if this actually helped the sales, or what if it actually helped the book? Because like, if they didn't say anything, and then you went to the store and you read the book, and you're like, oh, like, this is how I would literally be reading it. Oh, they killed her.
Yeah.
And then I turn the page, and I probably would never say anything about it ever again. But the fact that it was maybe spoiled ahead of its time a little bit, and people made a big commotion of it, and because people were, like Empire said, like, I thought it was Mary Jane. BC, we've kind of had conversations about, who it could be as well. And Mary Jane's name came up as well. Maybe that's what kind of got it, and the sale. So like, as much as like Marvel might be pissed off, I can't help but think that maybe it helped a little bit.
To say it helped, I guess. Like I said, pre-FOC, a lot of people ordered this, right? And it
was coming off but that was also coming off the Spider-Boy spoiler, so everybody just assumed, oh, it's going to be like that. I'm going to get rich, right?
Exactly. Like Pacino said in the comics, people thought it was going to be that 1-2 punch, right? That it was going to be, a spoiler with, Spider-Boy, maybe something big is going to happen here. Marvel did warn Zeb Wells that once this comes out, he may want to hide from conventions for a little bit of time, and I understand why. Like we said on the Comic-Con podcast, clearly there's people now upset over the fact that they killed her off. And look, like I said, many characters die within comics. They end up coming back. Some stay dead forever, regardless of whatever they are. It has nothing to do with that. I really think they're just doing this to line her origin story back up with the MCU. Yes, we look, Inhumans. Are we going to see that within the MCU ever again? I highly doubt it. It was such a flop.
I never say never.
But look, they've already teased her being a mutant now within her own solo series. So, so yeah.
Rocksteady, how many copies of this spoiler did you get? Did you jump on this or no?
No, I didn't get any.
Thank God. Okay, because I didn't either. I could care less about this. There was no way in hell that I thought Marvel was going to go 1-2 with the Spider-Boy. Is that kind of where you went with your thought process there, Rocksteady?
No. Like, there are other times when there's spoiler variants and whatnot. I think it was too soon. There wasn't any chatter about it being a first appearance. There was chatter about it being a death, but deaths rarely ever hold value in comics.
Yeah. There was a joke I wanted to make, but I'm not gonna make it. So let's just
go for it.
no.
You're already on fire with horrible jokes.
No. It's okay. Let's pass along. All right, guys. Any honorable mentions that you want to talk about that are coming out tomorrow? If not, that already came out today, because DC does do Tuesday. So any books that you might want to kind of let the chat know, maybe they left it on the shelf, maybe they are gonna go pick it up.
I said it earlier. I'm gonna say it again. There's boobies, guys. Power Girl Special #1. There's the Art Germ and there's the Art Germ foil. Get them. They're beauties.
There's also Pornhub that's like pretty much free. But,
yeah, I know. Yeah. I know.
Rocksteady, any mentions?
World Tree, I think #2 is out.
Second,
and there's a one per store.
Ooh, okay.
A thank you variant or whatever they call it, which I think could be pretty interesting.
That really Like, do you remember the hype on that one? And then nothing. It was like crickets. Like,
yeah.
Well,
but there's some interesting stuff. I think it's starting to get a little bit of a following. I still think we might be sleeping on World Tree a little bit. The first issue was pretty good, and there were some like pretty exclusive variants you could get, which I think makes it kind of interesting as well. I'm seeing a bit of chatter about it online still, which is nice to see through issue 2.
Yeah, well, I'm interested to see it. All right, guys, let's get into some comic news. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, guys, there's been a lot of chatter with, Deadpool, going to the writer strike. So they're filming. However, the thing that is being talked about is Ryan Reynolds, because he is part writer as well. He will not be improvising. So I kind of am a little worried about this, because sometimes the way he is, his character, his personality, some of the best stuff happens when he does do that. And then here they're already filming and he's saying like, I can't, I won't, just out of respect for it. The other chatter that's coming out is the fact that now, if you follow Empire or you follow some of us who are in the chat, a lot of rumor, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's coming from, places where things are leaked. And sometimes things happen, but a lot of rumors with the X-Men, like the original X-Men crew, so the Cyclops, Jean Grey, the people that played those characters are possibly going to be in this one. Halle Berry did not do us any favors by taking a picture with short hair, being white, sparking rumors of her being Storm. Here's the thing. Some of those characters were in Deadpool 2. Do you remember when he is actually at the house, the Professor X house, the X-Men house, and the Cyclops, or I think it's Beast, just closes the door when he's making the comments. So we've seen this before. Now, let's slow down a sec, because if we go back, not that far, but if we go back to Doctor Strange or even Spider-Man, like, we already been told that we're going to see all these characters and this and that, and we see them for like a few seconds maybe. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Is this where we're going to get the first X-Men stuff, or is this just like close the door like they did in Deadpool 2? Greg, I'll leave it to you to start.
I think it'll be a play, because they obviously have to recast the X-Men. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be in a flashback. I could see something like that. I don't think it'll be a big part of the movie. I think the fact that they're bringing Negasonic Warhead back too kind of flew under the radar a little bit, which I think is a great team up there. I believe we're also expecting Lady Deadpool in this. What I
haven't heard that.
I heard something a while ago. It seems like they're trying to build out the Deadpool universe, which is good. I think that's a good direction to go in.
I said what I said, AOA. I said what I said, sir.
Yeah.
BC,
where do you stand?
Waterfront. What are your thoughts with all the chatter of the X-Men, or more specifically, with Ryan Reynolds not, improvising? Like, to me, I think that is bigger than like these characters coming, because with Hugh Jackman being there, like they made it. They've already told us, hey, like look at the logo. If that is the official logo that we had when Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman released that video, it's literally supposed to be about Deadpool and Wolverine. I can't see them bringing in all these characters when the fans have been dying to have Deadpool and Wolverine build those stories. So I think it's going to be more flashback, like Greg said. I think it might be, you know, like I did, you know, with the Doors. I think it's not going to be that much. But what are your thoughts?
From what I've seen online as possible story leak when it comes to Deadpool 3 is that Deadpool is going to kidnap Hugh Jackman. Not Logan. He kidnaps Hugh Jackman and they time travel to they start hopping universes, and it's kind of gonna have that Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe vibe, where he's gonna kill a majority of these universes where we had example Fantastic Four and so forth. Now, if that is true, I think that would be fucking hilarious. It would be absolutely bananas. Because now we look at what's unfolded, right? With Fox, we've gotten so many movies with the X-Men. We got literally Age of Apocalypse. Like we got pretty much some big ones, right? Big stories that from the X-Men run. But with Logan now being, you know, gone within the movies, I guess that makes sense. And the more I'm seeing leaks of, like, example, Halle Berry reprising her role, apparently there's going to be the cast from the Fantastic Four, the first one. I think it would be pretty funny if they did that. But at the same time, I don't know if I feel like it would fall flat, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm hoping that's not the case, but I am expecting them to hop across universes. I do think something's going to happen there. Don't forget, there was Deadpool 2 with all the Cable stuff. I do think Deadpool in Deadpool 3 finds a way to hop through universes and probably makes his way to the MCU by the end of the film. I think that would be awesome.
And don't forget, too, like Cable's stuck in that universe, too, because he actually gave Deadpool the last, like, jolt or whatever, like the time, whatever. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I hope it doesn't go that route, because what I don't want to happen is, the killing the Marvel Universe stuff, it would be great. It would be awesome. I just don't think that you're going to go that route. I think you are putting a lot on the line, similar to kind of how Joker 2 is going to be a musical. Like, I'm already hating that. So, like, I hope, you know, that's not the case where he, like, kidnaps Hugh Jackman. I guess, yeah.
Same. I hope that's not the case. But I would be okay with seeing, like, an ending to the Fox universe, right? Because now Marvel is going to move forward with bringing in the actual X-Men into the MCU. They're going to move forward with Fantastic Four. So I could see something like that taking place, where maybe it's Deadpool's fault these characters all die in their universe.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, let's hop to another one. And I apologize, I didn't crop this, but a lot of Transformer stuff. So, guys, there's a movie, but also Paramount has pushed the release date of Transformers 1 from July 19th, 2024 to September 13th, 2024. So a month, 2 months later down the road. Again, I do apologize for not cropping this and making it nice and more professional. The rest of the slides are. This one isn't. Now, I got to be honest with you. I like Transformers. I'm not the biggest Transformers, like, say, Justin. I didn't know that they were doing a show as well. I think they're building off the success that this next movie is going to have. I think the movie's going to be big. You guys already know how I feel about the Beasties and all that stuff. But what are your thoughts here? And did you guys know about this? Because I had no clue that this was a thing.
Justin wants to know who's in your DMs, but I think more importantly that you're going to use the guy's picture and not even like his photo.
Right?
I only
like his own photos.
I only like mine, man. I only like mine.
Yeah, you only like your own photos. Fuck the competition.
But Greg, did you know about this? Like, I feel like you're more of a Transformer fan than I am. But you know, what is this supposed to be? Is there a connection to the movies, or what's going to happen next week?
I remember hearing something about it, but I've been more focused on like the movie news and stuff like that. I think for this one, for Transformers, I mean, um, I think it's cool. I think there should always be a Transformers cartoon ongoing. The same way I think there should always be a Turtles cartoon going at some point. It's just one of the staples, right? We had great Transformers shows, whether you were born in the 80s or even the 90s with the Beast Wars stuff, right?
Beasties.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
not
hear
gonna
some
say that.
impressions.
I'm not gonna do my impressions because BC. What are your thoughts? And did you know about Transformers One? Because this
Yes, I did.
legit. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I don't care. I did not know this was a thing. Maybe I did, but when I was reading and doing some, I'm like, I didn't know this. So
Yeah, no, I totally knew about it. I'm actually excited, but if I'm not mistaken, Chris Hemsworth is also part of this. I don't think it has anything to do with the actual movie that's dropping now. I just assume maybe there's a reason for the delays. I didn't read the article. Yeah, exactly. There you go. But I'm actually going back to rewatch most of the animated stuff. I was actually talking with Pacino earlier, and he's like, "Yo, go catch the stuff on Netflix because there's some good stuff Transformers related on Netflix right now that's animated." So good. It gives me time to watch those, and then I'll hop on this. But no, this doesn't affect me in any way, and I don't think it has anything to do with the film. I'm not too sure what the article stated as to why there's a delay, but maybe it's editing. I have no idea.
you know,
So this is a movie, not a show?
Yeah, exactly. It's an animated.
oh,
Okay.
do you guys remember?
Yeah.
And I think I bring this up all the time. Oh, Hemsworth is
There
voicing
you go. Yeah.
Optimus. Okay. I mean, I just hope that we see Optimus Prime as that surfer gorilla. Remember when he comes back from like the Stonehenge thing when the aliens take him and he comes back down and he's like
Yeah.
the surfer and you're just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I always thought that was the coolest thing. But yeah, that's just me, I guess, because I never hear anybody talking about Optimus Prime as the surfer gorilla. So why you would give a surfboard to a gorilla? No idea, but
Why wouldn't you?
that was the 90s. That was the 90s, baby. All right, well, let's stick to Transformers. And guys, I don't want to get off, kind of too spoiler-ish. But there, is a lot of rumors now. Paramount is reportedly developing a G.I. Joe and Transformer crossover movie. I wonder where we've heard that before. There are some leaks, so I'm not going to confirm nor deny. I just have too much respect for the artists and the actors and everybody involved to just ruin something like that. But I probably would not Google or do too much heavy research into this because there's already been some leaks with the movie. So some people are connecting dots. Some people are connecting other dots. Who knows? Not sure where this leads or how they're going to do it. It's kind of tough to even talk about it now, just after kind of some information that BC had shared with me and, other things that kind of leaked. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys see this? Do you guys see this happening? I guess would be my question.
I see it happening, and I'm not too pumped. I kind of agree with Empire. They're like, you got to build out a GI Joe universe as well. I think that's
We
going to
have
be
Snake
super
Eyes,
important.
people. Like, why are you guys hating on Snake Eyes?
Yeah, that was terrible.
But yeah, as a universe, they were more like standalone films, like the X-Men movies used to be, or how Sony used to be, right? I think they need to build a universe, and I think there would be some success there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
BC, you got a grin. Ever since I brought this slide up, you've had a grin, man. So what's the grin for?
My grin is just because I'm thinking again about those horrific movies that were dropped related to G.I. Joe. But if this is an introduction of something totally new and we can all just forget about the past, I'm all for it, man. I think it's a great time to tie it in. You guys, there's still some copies of Transformers with G.I. Joe. Yeah, available for relatively cheap, man. You can still find it. So, will it pop after this movie drops? Maybe, but just keep an eye out for that book. I think it's still going under the radars. Obviously, now news is starting to come out, so I would scoop it before it pops. How high it goes, I have absolutely no idea. I don't think it'll explode, but if we're going with a whole new casting and this is going to be a reintroduction of G.I. Joe to the big screen, I'm all for it. Let's build. Let's go from here.
What, you don't want to see Channing Tatum and The Rock?
Absolutely not.
Man,
I'm fucking Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in G.I. Joe. When I saw this, I was like, Bruce Willis? What? But I don't think you could bring Bruce Willis into any movie now. So.
I'm not crapping on these guys. I'm not saying they're horrible actors. It's just
I don't think they'll lose sleep over it, even if you did. So.
No, exactly. But what I'm saying is, the movies we got prior, I'm just ready to forget them. Yeah. I think the whole world is ready to forget them.
Listen, I've been talking about it with Rocksteady, and we both agree. If the Snake Eyes was done as a 5-part trilogy or whatever you would call it, like they need to give Snake Eyes more screen time and more movies. I think that would build the universe pretty good.
But I think they can't rush it, right? Like I think they need to start with some of the other G.I. Joes.
But Snake Eyes was 21, right?
Yeah,
like
and yeah, it's super early, but
and then before that, what was the last G.I. Joe movie?
Hype up to that, if that makes sense. I think if you give the people what they want first, it's hard to follow, and people expect the moon, right? Like you can't just come out with like. Say the first Marvel property that they dropped was like the Silver Surfer movie with like no other background or anything like that. I think it would have fallen flat as well. Because
I mean, Marvel did that with Iron Man, right? They gave you guys like the greatest character they've ever made first, and then they built around him, right? Similar to the sports analogies where you build around your cornerstone, you build around your best player. That's what Marvel did. They built around Iron Man.
Yeah.
Do you guys get it? Because Iron Man
right?
Yeah. So,
But I also, dude, I agree with Chiapet's comment there. Like, not sure how properties like G.I. Joe and Punisher are not always home runs. They are easy to translate for F's sake. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But when it comes to big screen and so forth, we've not been given anything solid. Punisher, when it comes to John Berthenol, Netflix, I thought that was great. I'm looking forward to what we get within the MCU. But otherwise, I actually really enjoy the first movie. Punisher Warzone. Yeah. Yeah.
What's interesting is if you guys have time, talk to some of those, and I hate saying like older guys, but like, Vancouver Comic Junkie, for example, if you know anything about Vancouver Comic Junkie, he's a massive G.I. Joe fan. And, in talking with him, and we joke around a lot, but we had, just recently been talking about Snake Eyes and we've been talking about G.I. Joes and because of this. And he had said, like, I understood why he was so mad at Snake Eyes. I got it. He was like, man, G.I. Joe's was my shit when I was a kid. I read all the comics. I'm crazy. He's collecting all the 9/8, this, that. Like, he's like, they didn't follow the story and this. And I get it, right? Like, it's no different than if they did Iron Man a different way. And I was like, what the fuck? Because like he was embedded. He is an original fan of it. So growing up with that stuff, I mean, I can see why. So hopefully they do it justice, right? Because it seems like Hollywood's kind of taken a lot of these titles in past years, and they've tried to make it for, to make money, to sell seats. They haven't. And I get that they do that anyway if they do it for fans, but they didn't write the projects or do it for the actual fan. They did it for like, hey, let's get anybody. Similar to what I said about Aquaman, right? Like, you didn't do Aquaman any justice. You just got Jason Momoa.
It was too Hollywood.
Shirtless. Exactly, right? You got him shirtless, and then you had all these women go like that didn't even know what it was, right? So that's kind of where it is, right? Especially with these movies, it's like, yeah, let's get The Rock, let's get Channing Tatum. And you might get some non-casual fan to go see them, but realistically, the product was garbage.
That's what it was targeted for.
All right, guys, we got to talk about some DC, okay? Let's show some love to DC, but I don't think when it comes to DC stuff, it's rumors, because if you were to go on Twitter right now and call out James Gunn in a good way, not in a negative way, because I don't promote violence, you could probably like ask him and he'll just tell you realistically. But now we're getting more and more chatter about Brainiac appearing in Superman Legacy. So I ask, is this a smart move? Is this a good move? If you're a spec or a flipper, is this
No.
something that you want to pay attention to?
Dude, good luck buying that first appearance.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
No.
That's a pricey book.
YouTube money, man. Come on.
Yeah, well, I don't get any, so there you go. I know how Dan Delatorre feels a certain way about James Gunn, that's for sure. But
yeah.
I do think Brainiac would be pretty neat to see on the big screen, man.
Agreed.
I can't knock that at all. I think that would be awesome as hell. So many potential storylines that they can go with. So I'm all for this, man. I would love to see Brainiac. Yes, even if it is being directed by James Gunn, Dan. I have faith, man. I do have faith. I think this is going to be pretty cool, man. James Gunn seems to be taking this one pretty seriously. Look what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Set the tone, right? Like, I think people are, not looking at that angle. He probably wants to set the tone, and yeah,
for sure. You're dealing with one of the biggest superheroes, one of all time, and two within the DC universe.
He's like a D-list character. But
yeah, of course. But fucking one of the biggest household names ever. But I'm all for this. Like I said, Brainiac I think is going to be a great addition to this if they're going to go this route. I think it's awesome.
Rocksteady, how big of a fan are you for Brainiac?
I think it's different from what we've seen with Superman movies.
Yep.
And I like that, because I feel like the Superman story is something that has just been retold over and over again with slight differences, where I feel they can tell a completely new and different story with Brainiac. So I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Again, obviously kidding with the magnitude of the book, but let's be honest. I mean, there are people out there with crazy amounts of money, and they're going to buy it and have FOMO. You have FOMO on all levels, right? Whether it's a $5 book, 10,000, 5,000, 10,000, it just, obviously your pool gets a little smaller with buyers, right? But yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of what they do. I think we're all on board with, give us new stories, whether it be Marvel or DC. Give us new characters, whether it be Marvel or DC. Give me something more. I don't want to see Uncle Ben die like 15 times, right? Like, just enough. Yeah. Guys, really quickly, because that's the end of the show. I do have one question for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Just before we sign off and we say our goodbyes, but Spider-Verse 2, obviously in theaters. Do I dare ask? And I know the movie's out, and some countries have already seen it. I think France, Italy, Portugal, they've had release dates. There were some people in the States that saw it, because I just saw some postings earlier. Do you think Spider-Boy's in this movie?
No.
Okay. No, I think it's too soon for Spider-Boy.
I just thought I'd ask. That's all.
No.
Okay.
But
in a week, and we'll know.
Yeah, don't forget it's a 2-part movie. So hey, don't keep the options off the table. Maybe in the second half. There's your picture that you shared there with Spider-Rex. So he's in the movie, and that dropped last year. So
yeah, that's why I'm just asking. There's just a little bit more information each day that we get closer to the movie that you're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I'm just saying. How in Halloween there's those dudes, and maybe not even in Halloween, you kind of see them in those like meme videos at the golf course. They dress up with that like dinosaur.
Yeah.
I could totally see somebody like kind of spray painting or painting it like Spider-Man and just doing that as a Halloween costume. Like, I really,
dude, they don't need to. Halloween last year, the party experts and all those Halloween stores all had them already.
They had the Spider-Rex?
Yeah, man, I had seen it.
Wow. Okay, I did not know that. Spider-Man 2211 is in it. underrated character. I've never heard of that Spider-Man. But then again, like I probably haven't heard of a lot of these Spider-Man characters. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Mr. Blakk Crown, I gotta get your channel stuff, but let the people know, man, where they can find you and what's going on your neck of the woods.
Yes, sir. So I just launched my YouTube channel, had episode 1 drop on Sunday. So go subscribe, follow, like, catch the replay, and I go live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. You could find me Blakk Crown Comics, BLAKK. So definitely go subscribe, follow, and there's my IG. You know where to find me.
Yep. My old time slot. I'm kind of bitter, but no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was a great first episode. I kind of wasn't able to make it, so I do apologize, but obviously caught it. I hung out with you, and it was a good time. So I look forward to the content that you are going to be putting out, sir. So let's get the man to 100. BC, what are you at now?
80.
80. Hey, it's better than last week. So let's get the man to 100. All right, guys. And of course, our other amigo who will be gracing us with his presence at Terrificon in what, 50, 28, 26, 50, 46, about like 60 days, let's say 60 days. And then we're rocking in Terrificon, man. So Rocksteady, what's going on your neck of the woods, dude? And what do you got coming up?
I'm actually setting up at a show not this weekend, but the following weekend here again. So that'll be exciting. It's the Edmonton Collector Con. So that's the next thing on my radar. But always posting on my Instagram some fun stuff. Yeah, I'm going to try to get back on the YouTube. I feel semi-inspired.
On the YouTube.
Yeah.
On the YouTube.
Let's do it.
Maybe I got to get back on the tube.
Hell yeah, man. What are you doing Sunday, sir?
Yeah, we can talk. I'm probably going to be pretty hungover, but I should be good by evening time. So
I actually have a party at 5:30, and it's not that kind of a party. It's just a bar mitzvah. Yes, it's a bar mitzvah. I'm going to a bar mitzvah.
No, that's awesome.
I feel honored. I feel honored.
Damn. All right. Well, guys, that's the show. We thank you so much for hanging out with us. Good luck tomorrow on New Comic Book Day. And of course, come on, don't spoil the movie. It's a 2-part movie, but come on, don't spoil it. Let people have fun with it. I'm going to try my best to see it Thursday night, but if not, Sunday. So we'll definitely be talking about it next week on the Tuesday show. Lots of good books coming out in the next couple weeks, so it's going to be fun and interesting. Any last words, guys?
I want to use my new microphone properly. Thank you for watching Newbieverse episode 129. Have yourself a great evening, everyone.
With that, we're gone. I can't.
There you go.
That. Later, guys.